us to be able to win the battle on the boards and to have 13 offensive rebounds was really good. I was proud of our team for how we responded to adversity. It was a very weird game early, and it was hard to get a rhythm. And a big part of that had to do with them with Central Arkansas. They came out and hit threes right away. But it was just a weird game, and I thought we responded to that adversity, and I thought we did some really good things. Obviously, we shot the ball really well. I thought Terrell Brown once again came in and gave us great minutes off the bench. Obviously, Wilson Frame did, but I thought City came in and was a common influence on our offense. With X being out, and then towards the end of the first half, I thought Malik did a really good job of running our offense. And once we got to the second half, got X back out there, we were able to get into a better rhythm offensively and to rebound the ball and get out of transition and make some big plays. So really proud of our team. We have a quick turnaround. We need to move past this immediately and start our preparation for Saturday afternoon.
What was the explanation that you got, Jeff, about Xavier's tech?
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't really get one.
Jeff, how would you assess the defensive performance overall? I mean, they shot very well,
yeah,
but you also turned them over.
Yeah, it wasn't, we had some breakdowns, especially giving up middle penetration. And then I don't think our talk, we have to improve there. But I thought we played hard and we did force 23 turnovers. So there's a little bit to give with that. But obviously, I do think we've defended better the first 3 games. But again, some of this had to do, with them. I mean, they had some guys in the first half hit threes that have not hit threes this year. They had a guy that hit 2 that's really wasn't a shooter. And they came at the end of the half and, one bounced up, hit part of the back rim, and then, dropped in. And, so we had some misfortune there. But again, to force 23 turnovers, to only allow them 7 offensive rebounds, that part was good.
Is part of the game plan when you're playing against a team where you're giving up size going to be go to the rim and try to get fouled?
Well, it's going to be, I think, one of the best ways to defend the post is to have great pressure on the ball. And then right now, the teams that we've played, even if they're bigger than us, we feel like we have an advantage on the offensive end because one of those big guys is going to have to pull away from the basket. And then we are going to look to drive, kick, really just drive and make a play. Whatever the play is, that's what we've talked about. It just happened today that we got fouled a lot. And I thought our guys did a really good job of attacking.
You had spoken some with Jeff about overcoming adversity and how pleased you were with how your team was able to do that tonight. How much does someone like X and what he did tonight, sitting out most of the first half, dealing with I guess some pushback and some adversity in a way he hadn't yet at this point in his career. How much did he, I guess, sort of exemplify or embody that for you guys tonight?
Well, I thought he did a really good job of coming out ready to play in the second half. He could have sat on the bench in the first half. He sat 17 minutes. And you take the 15 minutes at halftime, that's sitting, for a while, for over a half hour. And I thought he did a really good job of keeping himself in the game, got a great warm-up, and I thought he did a really good job. And so, every opportunity for us is a learning opportunity. And I thought he learned a great deal tonight. And we have to store that and move forward.
What do you think he learned?
I think he learned how to overcome adversity. He had 2 early fouls, 1 on a technical foul. I think he had 1 foul the rest of the game. So to play the rest of the game and still be aggressive and have 1 foul, and to be able to stay in the game, in the second half, to mentally be into it instead of pouting and worrying about what happened or thinking you got screwed. I think that's what he learned.
Coach, past few games, Jared Wilson Frames come off the bench and immediately starts shooting. How much of an emphasis are you putting on getting him involved in the offense as soon as he comes off?
A lot. He's a guy that can put up points, but more than anything, he's a guy that can create plays. And we want Jared to be aggressive when he has open looks. You know, all of our guys have confidence in him when he has an open look, and we look for him. But I've said since I've been here and had a chance to work with him that I think there's a lot more to his game than he has shown. I think he has a really good feel, and I think he can pass. And, you know, the thing that I like is that he's been efficient in doing this. And that's something we've talked about a lot this summer. And it shows that he trusts. He trusts his teammates. He trusts what we're doing. And he's not forcing the issue. And he's not just been a really good offensive player. He's been a very efficient offensive player.
You've had Malik, down on a block, guarding a 4. Today he ends up bringing the ball up at some point. How important is his versatility to what you're able to do?
It's very important. When he decided to come back and be a part of what we were doing, that's one of the things I talked to him about, was that he's a guy that can kind of be everywhere for us, and we need that. We need him to be smart. We need him, to help these young guys out. But you're going to be kind of all over the floor, and I think he's versatile enough, where he can do that. He's experienced, he's strong, he's athletic, and he's competitive. And so he's been able to do a pretty good job the last 2 games defending guys that are bigger than him.
Jeff, 4-0 is a really small sample size, but how is your team handling success? You mentioned it the other night. That's something they're going to have to learn to do.
I think we've been pretty good with it. We have to continue to be good. We have to continue to show up every day and to work and to understand that, this is a marathon. This is not a sprint. And every day is really, really important. And every day is an opportunity. And one of the things I talked to them about yesterday was, don't take these days for granted. It goes fast. And don't take it for granted. Don't take this moment for granted. Don't take a day of practice, a game, a film session. All of these things are opportunities for you to get better individually and for us to get better, and to cherish that and to understand that. And I think we've done a pretty good job of staying in the moment. And we need to continue to do that.
You're obviously leaning on a lot of young guys. Are you sort of interested to see how they're going to deal with turning around from Thursday night to Saturday afternoon?
I am. That's something that when we were putting together the schedule, we did it this way purposely. We may have a moment in the ACC where it's a Thursday, Saturday, and it's a Saturday noon game. How do you respond to that? We play a noon game next Wednesday. That's something that was really important to me, to have a game before that game, at noon, to see how we respond to that, because it's different. Your preparation is different. It's one-day preparation. It's, when you have a 7 o'clock game, you have a shooter, you do all of these things. Our Saturday will be very different. So I am interested to see how we respond to that.
How do you think they'll respond?
We'll be ready. I think we'll be ready. We better be ready.
Jeff, when you brought City in as a transfer, was this the sort of game situation with X that, you need a senior guy like that? Was this why you brought him here?
Well, we brought him here to be a really good player, and he's a guy that's won, and he's played a lot on a team that won. And so I thought he had that in his DNA, and to bring that to us. He's competitive, he's athletic, he can defend multiple positions on the perimeter. He's still getting in shape, because he was hurt for so much. And so he had to play extended minutes there in the first half, and I thought he got a little bit tired. But I thought he did a really good job, and I thought he settled us down on the offensive end, and he made some really good plays for us.